A couple of weeks ago, a dear sister from Spain asked us an important question. Well, the truth is that the sister has a rather complicated situation. She did not want her name to be revealed, so we will only address the issue and explain it. Well, she was from a Christian Catholic family. So, well, a normal girl. Respected from a good family and everything, then little by little, after finishing high school, she starts working in a restaurant. She had previously had a Christian boyfriend, and after about 6 years, she ends things with that Christian man. Later, in that restaurant, she meets a young Arab boy. I don't know if he is of Moroccan origin or something. The boy, on the surface, seemed like a good and respectable young man. And she, being Christian, is very taken with him. That everyone, all the other boys who want to mess with her, but that boy is a respectful boy. Then little by little, that boy and she gradually get closer. In the end, they are going to rent a house and start living together. Just like what is in current fashion trends in the Western world, a boy and a girl become a couple and go to live together. After some time studying Islam and getting to know more Muslims, she will understand that what they are doing is called fornication. It means that boy who appears to be a good boy is a professional fornicator and engages in fornication, knowing that what he is doing is fornication. So she goes to ask the boy that since I have converted to Islam and you are Muslim, it is not right to continue in this intimacy. It is wrong. We are going to get married so that our relationship is lawful, because God does not allow that relationship. Only in Islam is sexual relations permitted within marriage. We do not have dating in Islam. The concept of dating does not exist. It is fornication. She says, when I asked the boy if we were going to get married, suddenly the boy changed his attitude. Totally. And they had previously had discussions about selling alcohol and other pork in their pizzeria, saying that this boy, this supposed good Muslim who had opened a pizzeria with her, was selling alcohol and pork and fornicating with her. When she converts to Islam, she asks the boy to change their behavior and live according to Islamic norms. The boy reacts badly, becomes angry, starts to bother her, begins to disappoint and mistreat her. And in the end, he is going to abandon her with the debts of that place and never returns to the girl. Now the girl says, what am I going to do? I was left feeling surprised. When I want to fulfill my obligations to Islam, that man, that supposed Muslim, abandons me. Well, he asked me for advice. The truth is, dear brothers, let's see. First, it is our duty as a Muslim community to protect these girls. And this is not just one case. I have seen many such cases. And also, to consecrate and warn these fornicating Muslim boys. Unfortunately, there is much curse in fornication, but there is a Muslim generation in the West that are professional fornicators, and they know how wrong they are. So this poor girl, when she realized it, because she is a good person, a sincere person, she says, I don't want to fornicate. The boy says, no. Why? Because he knows that marriage comes with responsibilities. He doesn't want to take on the responsibility. Look, we first need to make these boys understand that having sexual relations outside of marriage is not allowed. That is our responsibility as a community. But how should this girl be treated? That poor thing returned to her Christian parents' house. And how are the parents going to treat her? Well, they are supporting her. But poor thing, she is left with the debts from the store. Poor thing, she is left in shock. How can a Muslim be so bad, so promiscuous, so irresponsible? Well, the clear answer, dear sister, is that you should know indeed Muslims are, we can say in general, two groups. Muslims who only carry the name of Islam and some customs of Islam that they like, they comply with what they like. Islam calls them people of the devil. These, what part of Islam do they fulfill? Whatever they want. What part of Islam do they fail to fulfill? What they do not appreciate or favor in any way. The Holy Quran calls them the lost. She ended up with a lost boy. I would want a person from hell, although he appears to be Muslim, right. But these people only fulfill part of Islam. What pleases them, the tradition. For example, if they like it, they fast during Ramadan, but they don't like praying, so they don't do it. They sell pork because it suits them, even though it is a sin. Selling alcohol is convenient for them, so they do it. Shaking hands with other women is convenient for them, so they do it. Fornicating is convenient for them, so they do it. This type, according to Islam, on the day of judgment, God will treat him as an unbeliever. He will go to hell. So he is not a person of paradise, even if he has a beard, even if he speaks Arabic, even if that person outwardly claims to be Muslim. But true Muslims are those who, when faced with the most difficult times, continue with Islam. When faced with obstacles, it costs her dearly, yet she continues with Islam. They are not selective about Islamic norms. They adhere to all the rules. They stay away from alcohol, fornication, sodomy, and sin. They will not eliminate God from their lives. It's not that he says, oh, that's the part where I can eliminate God. No, God is always present for them. This is the Muslim that we recommend to them. But well, how should she act? First, dear sister, the problem we have with suffering is called extrinsic motivation. It's just that you are used to. You have been accustomed to receiving your motivation from outside. That's why when that boy comes to visit you, you feel happy. When the boy abandons you, you feel bad. This means you have allowed your motivation to come from outside. You have to cut that. It means a good Muslim. Aunt Joto Buffet, Lobumatolog, says, I don't care how they think of me. I don't care how they judge me. I don't care. I will continue with the rules of God. I will follow what is the true Islam. So first, what you have to do is detach yourself from extrinsic motivations, external motivations. You can find it in psychology. It talks a lot about it. People who are very concerned about extrinsic motivations are fragile, breakable, weak, easily. The difficulties, the bad, we can say, traditions of the people will disappoint you, will affect you, will shock you, will make you suffer, and can psychologically torture you. But when you are going to say, I am who I am in charge of my life, I am going to take responsibility for my life, I don't care how others judge me, I don't care how others are going to see me, I don't care. I am going to take the truth as it is, and I will act with the truth as it is. Then you will become the pillar of your life. You are going to provide the motivation for yourself. That is to say, when I take charge of my motivation, I will do everything possible to motivate myself. The management of motivation. First, what you need to do now that you know is that you are the source of energy for yourself. You don't have to seek positive energy elsewhere. So you start, when can a person be successful? When they know a lot. So have the plan to study, to know a lot about Islam, about success. There are even books that teach you success techniques, even some psychologists. Westerners wrote about Brian Tracy, who has very good advice, and all of it is intellectual advice. In much of what I have seen, the spiritual, intellectual, and Islamic advice is largely correct. That is to say, Islamic norms guide you towards intellectual life, which requires a lot of effort and hard work. So, start studying a lot. Secondly, you start to forget the pains. Do you know why? I will tell you. Once someone has betrayed us, for example, a friend has betrayed me, like in your case. That boy whom you thought was in love with you betrayed you with this. So, every time you are going to remember the betrayal, every time you are going to remember the traitor, the memory of the traitor will make you suffer. It's like you yourself are introducing a knife into your own hand with a knife. Once that knife has harmed you, there is no need to repeat the same harm. Because every time, listen to me, this is quite important. Because every time you remember that story of betrayal, you are refabricating the pain. Because the pain of memory is the same as the pain of the event. If there will be someone, he is going to hit you hard in the face. It hurts. Yes. When you imagine the same scene again, it hurts you again. Do you understand me? It means, yes, it's true that the cause of the first pain was that person. But indeed, the very root cause of this continued pain is you. The cause of your pain, because the one who caused it is gone, I am left with the memory of the bad, and I keep remembering it. It's like a person with masochism, they say, right, who tortures themselves. It's like that obsession where you keep remembering the bad things about others and end up torturing yourself. Psychologically, that's very bad. Islamically, it's also wrong. What should be done Islamically? Forget it. Don't mention it. Focus on the good thing that God has given you. God has given you health. How many girls your age are now in the hospital, in a wheelchair? How many girls like you do not have eyes, have heart problems, problems with their kidneys? But you, thank God, have such good health, mental health, physical health. Look, how many girls your age are so ugly that no one wants them? No one loves you. How many opportunities has God given you? Think about the good thing that God has given you. Focus on the good things, on the opportunities. You have a family that supports you. What a good family you have. Even though they are Christians, but they are supporting you. What a blessed family. You should thank God for what He has given you. And think, make a list of all the good things in your life, all the potentials that can help you in this life, the abilities you have, the family potentials you possess, friendships that can assist you. Put it on a long list. When you see this, dear sister, what you need most of all is hope. Disappointment comes from the devil. What you told me about sitting down to cry for hours on end is wrong. What you're going to remember is the bad that this wicked fornicating boy has done. It is wrong. It is wrong. You don't have to do it. Through wisdom, hard practice, and study, you can free yourself. Change the situation. Take the wheel of your life. You are the one who decides to suffer or enjoy. and God is there to protect you and to bless you. Well, if the Muslim community is so irresponsible and does not take responsibility for those fornicating boys, it is their fault. You have to take the wheel of your life again and come to rebuild everything. Know that failure is the key to success. No happy person with success has ever reached success without failing first. Without failing first, Edison, he had 1,000 failures, 10,000 failures, until he finally created that light bulb that is now called the lamp. 10,000 failures, and you have only had 1, 2, 3, no more. So, well, work hard, study hard. On our channel, we have a series of classes that can help you manage negative emotions called emotional intelligence. For the most part, the problem you are suffering from now is because you do not have control over your negative emotions. And that class, that series, can help you. So go ahead, sister, you can keep attending the classes and learning that, but know that you can rebuild your life again. And the key to that is to forget the bad from the past, having a lot of hope for the future and performing prayers, while maintaining a constant connection with God will help you with that. And whenever you have a question, ask it. Dare to ask questions. Don't keep your problems to yourself. When you have a problem, present it to others and ask for help. There are many people that God has placed around you. Perhaps many are taking advantage. That you can ask your question and there is the answer. So dare to ask the question. Don't be shy. From the face, in front of the obstacles, you are the one who can overcome everything. May God bless you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.